So I'm back on my Noodletools page. There's my keywords. Instead of going to note cards this time, I'm going to go to sources, and I'm going to cite this source because I know that Access Science will be a good source to have on my bibliography or works cited. So I'm going to create a new citation starting up here. Then it's going to ask where it is or where you accessed it from. And most of the resources that you get from our library homepage right here are databases. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to use, the database option. Let's pause and take just a second to talk about where you can find the source information in most databases. This is the front page and it has it listed right here, but let's say you went into an article. Mostly databases will have the citation information that you'll need to transfer to Noodletools at the very top. Sometimes it's at the very, very bottom. And more often you'll see a cite option. If you click on that, it lists out the information that you'll need in a format that you might be able to copy and paste into Noodletools, and I'll show you that in a moment. With databases, you're always going to want to make sure that you can find that information because you'll need to transfer that into Noodletools. All right, so back on Noodletools, we've decided that it's a database, and then it will say what exactly is it. So you'll need to look at what your resource is. So this is a dictionary. It even says the source is McGraw-Hill Dictionary. They copied this and digitized it for us. So that's what it is. It's a dictionary. We're going to go back to Noodletools and we're going to look for dictionary on our list. Okay, right here is reference source. Reference source means encyclopedias and dictionaries and some other things too. So that's what we're going to click. And now Noodletools will go ahead and give us the template to fill in. Just a reminder, as you fill in with Noodletools and you click on a box, it tells you what it wants. Okay? Remember, boxes that have asterisks need to be filled in. I'll go ahead and fill this in using the information that I find on this particular database page. We start off by choosing whether it's an article or an entry as compared to a map, and yes, it's an entry. Dictionaries have entries in them, and we already talked about how it is a dictionary. We know that because it's given us a definition, and we know that because it's the original source is the Dictionary of Scientific and Technical Terms. Okay. We could do a quick cite if there was a perfectly formatted MLA citation listed with it, but there's not on this particular entry. So we're going to skip this and we're going to use the template. It's a database, we already determined that, and the print publication information is provided. If we switch back to Access Science Database, these definitions here all came from the original print publication, McGraw-Hill Dictionary of Science and Technical Terms. So indeed, the print publication information is provided. Now it asks for the name of the database. You might remember it's called Access Science. Sometimes they pop up. And then the URL. The 8th edition doesn't require the URL, but our teachers at St. Margaret's prefer to have a URL. If it's a database, they just want the root. And the most recent date of access, that would be today. The authors of the article or entry, of course, it's a dictionary, so you won't see authors. They just are not listed. So we would skip over that. The article or entry title is Traction. And then the pages. Let's take a look at our original. Our source listing doesn't list page numbers. That's not uncommon. Simply skip over the information that you can't find. Contributors to the reference source as a whole. Sometimes this is given. That would always be listed first, okay? And it's not. So we're going to skip it as well here. Type of reference source, we have some choices. This is a dictionary, and the title of the dictionary. Okay? Whenever possible, go ahead and copy and paste these things. Title of volume in a multi-volume set if individually titled. This is not a set. There's only one title, so we skip it. Publisher. You always want to make sure to check for the publisher of a source. That allows your reader to check the reliability of the source. Here. city. Generally, we leave this blank, so we're going to skip over that. And then the edition. I think I saw an edition. Yes, 6th edition. Now that's an interesting one. What do we put? For example, so you put the 6th. And then the series names, we already talked about how it's not a series. And wham, bam, we're done. We're not putting anything in the annotation for now, and we are submitting. When we submit, it takes us back to our sources page, and here you'll see your citation that you just created. From the screen, you can edit it. So you can read it here and realize, oh, I made a mistake. Like, I know this doesn't look right. So over here, this is how you would edit. You click on Edit from Options, and it takes you right back to that template where you can fix your problems. And I guess I was working so fast that I missed this. There we go. Also, just a reminder, Noodletools alerts you to things that might not be correct, so you can fix those as well. Okay. Once you've done fixing the problems, go ahead and submit. Takes you right back to your source page, and you're ready to create a new citation or move on and do something else in your research process.